Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, one and all. Welcome back to the New Galaxy Gamers channel, and welcome back to City Skylines 2. You might notice we're on a different map today. That is because there must have been an update, and when I went to load the game, it gave me some nonsense about landmark buildings having missing content that would probably break the simulation, yada, yada, yada. You get the point. It broke the map. It broke my save. So there must have been an update without me even knowing it, and hey, that's okay. That's okay. I'm not worried about that so much. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to try a new map, try to hang out, have a little fun today. Try to see if I see if I can actually make a better build. Yeah, right. Anyway, let's go ahead and see which way wind is. Okay, so wind is blowing that way. Alrighty then, Chachi. Let's see what way the water goes. Water flows that way, that away, so that is good to know. So I think what I must do... Yeah, I think what I must do is we'll put... Okay. Alright, so let's do our... Let's grab our roads. So, if you are new to the channel, welcome aboard. If you are a returning member, welcome back to you as well. It's great to have you all here and hanging out with me, having fun and all that good stuff, learning from each other. I hope you're having a safe, wonderful, and successful week this week. As usual, all usual disclaimers are in the description of this wonderful video. And for those hoping for music to come to the videos, that's coming very soon. I'm still hammering out all the details so that I don't get us into intellectual property issues with the music. But I do want music in the videos. I kind of like music too. So that is something I'm working on. Please bear with me on that as I try to navigate all the necessary murkiness with that, and to make sure that we stay legal and above board and everything here on this channel. So that is coming. That being said, we'll go ahead and we'll get right to it because we need to get our city going. And we'll grab our coffee, our donuts, our bagels, our egg McMuffin, sausage, egg, and cheese biscuits, our favorite breakfast, lunch, dinner, or snack from our favorite local mom and pop coffee shop, and we'll get cracking. Okay. So, let's see what we got down here. So, many of you, today's going to be a little topic about how game development works when it comes to game studios and what happens when changes get made. And there is a reason for that. The reason is that Paradox, while I was on my... Yeah, so I said, yeah, wind's going that way, so do industry over here, residential up here. One of the reasons why I said that is because while I was on vacation, Paradox thought it would be... Well, I don't know if they thought it would be fun or not, but they thought it would be a good idea to announce that they were going to change the developer of City Skylines 2. And they did that while I was on my working vacation. And so, am I surprised by that? No, not really, because I had a feeling it was coming. You could kind of sense that there were issues you could kind of sense that there were issues, especially with the way City Skylines 2 got released. So I'm not really surprised. In fact, I was when all the brouhaha, as we call it, when all that started, I immediately wondered when the when the fallout would happen and the developer change would happen. Because I kind of had a feeling it was coming anyway, so I was not surprised when it came. Yeah. And it came as expected, and quite honestly, I've seen videos that have suggest that, oh, well, this is a bad idea, or in some videos taking more the diplomatic approach of saying, well, let's see, you know, let's see what happens. And I'm glad there are videos that, you know, content creators out there saying, let's see what happens, let's hope for the best. Because okay, agriculture's down here. Alright, so there's nothing here I don't have to worry about for residential. Okay. Alright. For industrial, actually. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. Alright, so... So I wasn't really all that, you know, surprised by the fact that that was happening. I've seen a couple of channels, City Planner Plays being one of them, who is hoping for the best, and I think his approach is the right one. Is this common? Is it common for is it common for game studio, you know, developers to be swapped in and out like this? Yeah, it happens. I'm not going to tell you it doesn't. It does happen, whether, you know, whether you want it to or not. It does. I thought originally that it was Colossal Order that actually owned the City Skylines franchise. I did not realize it was actually Paradox for some odd reason. I don't know why I thought it was... I don't know why I didn't think of that before, but yeah, it is Paradox that actually does own the City Skylines franchise. And they've decided, in their infinite wisdom, that they wanted to change the developer from Colossal Order to Ice Flake. It is not uncommon. As I said, this does happen. Does not mean it's... It doesn't mean it's the best idea. But it does happen more than people might think. Now, does that mean there's going to be success with the transition and with the franchise? Well, that's where it gets to be mixed results. Because don't always see... Okay, there we go. Don't always see, the same... You don't always see the same results for games. For example, just to give an example, okay, there we go. Just to give an example, there have been many games that have, in the past, changed from one developer studio to another and have failed. There have been other games that have done very well. But overall, the chances of success are not necessarily as perfect as they could be. And I'm not saying that, you know, there's... Oh. I want to just be sure that that's clean. I'm not saying by any means that... There we go. That it's going to be good or bad, to be honest, because I don't really know that answer. And, you know, the reality is nobody really knows that answer, folks. That should be the water. Let's get the pumping station in place, shall we? Okay. Got that. So yeah, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, so ideally what you'd want to have happen is you'd kind of want to have, I guess oh no, I didn't, I did that on purpose. Ideally, what you'd want to have is you'd want to have a situation where you're not just catching everybody off guard, as it were. And that's what seems to have happened here is They've caught everybody off guard, is what they did. Does that mean it's right? No. Does that mean it's wrong? No. Ice Flake, I've never really... I don't think I actually own any games by them anyway, but... Could be wrong about that. I don't think I do, though. Yeah, I don't think I do. Will they be a good replacement for City Skylines 2 development? I don't know. I would like to think maybe at some point, you know, they'll do well. And maybe they will. I'm not ready. What I'm trying to say, folks, is I'm not really ready to throw in the towel and say, oh, and be one of those people that is a doomsayer. I'd prefer to see where things go with Ice Flake. I wish them the best. I thank Colossal Order for all the hard work they've done on the game. I think they've done an outstanding job despite the chaos in this release. But I do think it is probably time that I do think it's probably time for a new way forward. And I think what Paradox is saying, you know, is calculating is basically, yes, let's go ahead and, you know, calculate our way forward here. Oh. Okay. You know, I think that's what they're doing. I think they're taking a calculated risk and saying, you know, we've been with one development studio for a while. Let's let ourselves now have a chance to go with another studio. So I think that's what they're up to. So I do thank Colossal Order, like I said, for all their hard work. I'm sad to see them going. I wish it was not so. But it is not my decision to make. That is a decision that only Paradox is making, and they have made it. I don't know if I agree with it yet. I probably will come back and tell you later on that I think that was a really stupid idea. But, hey, it is what it is, right? So anyway, thank you to Colossal Order for all their hard work. You know, I personally think you guys have done a good job. There are things you could have done better. But, you know, given what the shenanigans that that have been played, I you know, I don't know that you could have gotten much further. So thank you for all your hard work. Thank you for your dedication to the game. I do hope everything works out for you. I do hope your next project is a success, and I will be eagerly waiting to see if it's a project that'll that's going to be an awesome game that's going to come to the channel. Maybe it will be, maybe it won't be. I do not know. But I will be here, ready and waiting to check it out with the rest of my friends here on the New Galaxy Gamers channel. So Ice Flake, anyway, folks, Ice Flake is going to be taking over. They are in the same city as Colossal Order. So maybe a lot of those folks that were in the City Skylines team at Colossal Order are going to go over to I'm sorry, I was distracted there. Maybe a lot of those folks are going to go over to, we're going to see a lot of them going over to Colossal Order, or from Colossal Order over to Ice Flake. And if that's the case, then there should be some continuity. I do happen to know, I did check, Ice Flake is in the hiring process right now. For all the positions you would expect from a development team from a studio ramping up for development. So I'm not I'm not all that surprised by that. Okay. I think we're ready to hit play. See how this goes. Go. So there's that. They are ramping up. Now, Colossal Order is going to finish out 2025. They're working on their final pieces that were in their pipeline, like the beta version of the mod center, mod hub, or the mod, whatever you want to call it, where you're going to get all the mods from. The bicycles DLC, that's already out. So I think we're going to see some rapid updates as Colossal Order finishes up its work. And then in 2026, I believe beginning right away in January 2026, they will hand the reins off to Ice Flake Studios. That is totally owned by Paradox Interactive. So City Skylines will now be in-house, essentially. It will take some time, I think, once that handoff is done, before we see more substantive updates to City Skylines 2. That's more because that's just Ice Flake getting up to speed, as it were. So for a while in 2026, if you're hoping that there's going to be all kinds of DLCs and whatnot in 2026, I really wouldn't get my hopes up if on that. Just because I don't think that's going to happen. You might see some updates here and there, hot fixes as Ice Flake development takes over and they identify things that need to be corrected in the game in their view. And I'm sure we're going to see a lot of those updates as well. So they have built another city builder. I think it's called Aftermath. I need to double check on their website. Can actually probably do that while we're talking. Do that real quick. Ice Flake. And I just went to their website, and they are gearing up. So they've got programming positions, design, art, and animation. So yeah, they are doing their part. Their site could be a lot better, to be honest with you. Surviving the Aftermath is the name of their city builder. I knew it had Aftermath in the game. Surviving the Aftermath is their city builder. It's on the Epic Games Store. It's on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox, and on Steam. Oh, that's interesting. It's not on Paradox Store? Huh. That's interesting. They are also known for developing Ice Lakes, which is a fishing game. A race arcade, which I actually do remember that one. It's a racing game. Not that good, in my view. Premium Pool Arena. And Agate Horizons, which is like a fighter game. A war game, if you will. Pirates Don't Run Unless Chased. That's kind of a stupid name. Okay, the name of the game is Pirates Don't Run. I've never played that, so I do not know how good that one is. They got Premium Pool, Premium Mini Golf, Pirate Treasure. A lot of their stuff seems like it's for mobile, Android and iOS. So I'd probably say a lot of it's. I think City Planner Plays is probably correct. A lot of it's probably, as he calls it, shovelware, and mobile. But the big one we worry about is Surviving the Aftermath. You can go and look that up on Steam. There have been mixed reviews about that, and from what I can tell, people complaining about the support. There are a couple of comments on the Steam page for Surviving the Aftermath that I actually think got confused with Surviving Mars. And that's been relaunched, so I think that might be part of it. I don't know who actually did Surviving Mars, to be honest with you. We'll find out when we bring that game to the channel. So anyway, hopefully they'll do a good job with City Skylines 2, is what I'm trying to get at. We can hope. Anyway, oh, we got some people coming in here. Yeah, looks like you're going to be going that way. Okay, cool. Awesome sauce. I wonder if maybe if I put a road going in there, that might help a little bit. Let's put a road going in this way. Go. That'll be another way in. So we'll see how this all plays out. Like I said, I don't know that I'd expect all kinds of updates in the early 2026. You might get a DLC here or there later, mid 2026, late 2026, but I don't think you're going to really see much in the way of DLCs early 2026. Like I said, there are franchises that have made these kinds of changes where the owner of the franchise has decided to take the franchise completely in-house and change developers, and it has failed epically. There are other instances where a game in a particular franchise has been taken and renamed when there's been a change in developer. Oftentimes that is done to try to get some of the stigma and the negativity from out from under a brand. That has sometimes worked. That has not always worked. So it's a mixed result. And, you know, City Skylines is one of Paradox Interactive's top franchises that they have, intellectual property-wise. So, you know, now that they're bringing it totally in-house, if it fails, and I am not saying that it will, but if it fails, it will be completely on Paradox. They will not be able to blame Colossal Order anymore. They might be able to blame Ice Flake a little bit, but they're not. That's probably not going to work too well for them going forward. Because at the end of the day, Ice Flake has to do what Paradox Interactive wants. And so I can see a scenario where that ends up blowing up in their faces pretty good. So put it in parking areas. All right. Give me a second, folks. I can already see this is going to be a problem here. There we go. All right. That'll take care of that. Now maybe I'll get my wish and Ice Flake will actually fix the stupidity of the pathfinding for the vehicles, for the traffic here. So maybe I'll get my wish. Maybe they'll actually fix that. I won't hold my breath, but maybe. I can hope, right? Alright, so that's now working. Actually, I kind of like that. Power's doing good. We got buildings coming in. We are doing awesome sauce. We are going to need more... it looks like we are going to probably need more... industry... commercial. Let me go ahead and throw in some commercial. Now, I do gotta admit, I was, there we go. Alright, let's put in... Let's put in a medical clinic, shall we? I want to put this. Put it there. Let's put lay dump. Yeah, let's put it. Yeah, let's put the lay dump. We'll put the dump right here. Like so. We get this going so that way. Now hopefully it's now the reason why we had to restart today's map is just because I apparently was missing some content in the landmark buildings. It may be because of an update that just hasn't rolled out to me yet via Steam. It may be that I need to... There's a new DLC... I know there's some DLCs I know I gotta buy, so, for, City Skylines, so that might be part of it right there. Okay, there's the dump. Dump, diddy dump, diddy dump, dump, dump. So, I will look into that. That's probably all it is. It's probably just I need those DLCs. Okay, so we got the dump. I don't know why I like saying that. Now, I did discover that there are these smaller, oh, if you can. Oh, you can. Oh. Yeah, it snaps back to that. Come on, really? You don't want me to be a snapback, do you? I'll put it right there. They'll at least have a cemetery they can use. And we'll design a bigger cemetery at some point. Oh, by the way, Colossal Order, before I forget, or not Colossal Order, Ice Flake. Seeing you are going to be taking over, and we welcome you, do me a favor. Let me actually play on the whole freaking map instead of just a small area. I'd like to be able to do that, please. Let's not be like SimCity 2013. Because I think that was one of the reasons why people bought City Skylines 1, is you could get rid of that map size limitation. So please do that. Now maybe there's actually a mod that actually does it too. I don't know. I need to look. But please do that. Please don't do that limitation nonsense. You don't need to do that in City Skylines 2. It was already proven in City Skylines 1 to work, so you don't really need to fix something that works. So that's just my little request to Ice Flake. So anyway, I think everything's going to be okay. I wouldn't really expect much in the way of updates in January, February, or March. You might see some hot fixes here and there. You might start seeing more second quarter of 2026 as they ramp up and get going. But we shall see. We shall see. Right. Hey, we got stuff coming in. We got traffic a popping. We got traffic popping and a hopping. We got industry going, commercial going, residential going. All right, so next episode we're going to be able to really get industry going, our specialized industry going to help us. We'll want to get a forestry in here. We'll want to get farming in here, our textile in here, and all that. So we'll be doing that in the next episode. I am sorry about the audio cutting in and out. That I blame Microsoft for that, although I have actually seen that happen on Linux as well, so it's not just Microsoft Windows. I told somebody the other day it was just Microsoft Windows, but after that I realized I lied to them by accident because I didn't realize there was I didn't realize it was happening on various versions of Linux, so it wasn't an intentional lie. But when I see them, I'll let them know. Basically, what I think is causing it started with it happens on Windows 7, happens on Windows 8 and 10 as well. I think it's just something to do with the audio drivers. You know, like your Realtek, Broadcom audio drivers. I've talked to people who got Intel processors, so they've got Intel motherboards or Intel compatible motherboards. They say it's happening with Intel. I've got people telling me it's happening with AMD processors as well. So it probably is the audio drivers. It probably is just something there that audio sound card manufacturers and the motherboard manufacturers need to take a look at. What it seems to be is happening is it seems like it's just refreshing itself every now and then, and that could be a thing. So that may be something they want to be taking a look at some point if they haven't already. And I am not the only one that's got that problem. I've seen a few YouTubers that have that problem as well. So that's not really something I can fix. So I do apologize. Okay, so far it seems like we don't have the issue with traffic. I wonder if this map might actually be better. I wonder. Because so far I haven't really seen issues with this map, with the traffic, but you never know. Alright, let's see. What else do we got to do? We've got power, we've got water and sewer, we've got garbage and medical. I do kind of want to get us to the point of... Alright, so one of my goals is going to be to get us to the nuclear power plant. That will really help with our power. Alright. Don't know that... Yeah, alright. We'll have to come in here and do some intersection stuff here to fix that up a little bit. They're starting to get more traffic coming in now. We could put a little park right in here. Make a nice little walking park or something. And that is something I do want to do, is explore traffic and pedestrian traffic and things like that too. So I will be getting those DLCs to make sure we got all that. And yeah. So we will fix all this. Not really a stoplight there. Alright, cool. One thing I do not think you need here, which is going to annoy me. Yeah, I don't think you need that there. That looks fine. Okay. Oh. Oh, it doesn't let you do it on the rotary. Oh, that's interesting. What if I want it on both sides? That's just dumb. Sorry. That's just stupid. But, eh. Really? You want to do it that way? Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, I see what you're up to. Put this. All right, we are a small village now, folks. That now means we can put a school. Okay, now I'm just being stupid. All right, there we go. So now we got a school in here. That's awesome. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves up to education. We're doing awesome sauce with that now. We'll be fine. I think we're going to be okay. I like where we're headed. We're going to do some more on the road stuff later. And get that all working. I don't really like, I want to try to keep us away from the grid stuff too much. I don't like the blocky look, but hey, we'll get there when we get there, right? That being said, ladies and gentlemen, I do hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please be sure to hit the like and the subscribe button. Smash that bell notification icon and let yourself know when the next video comes out. And that'll tell that silly old YouTube algorithm that, hey, you want to see more videos of this. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, also be sure to share the link to the channel with your family, your friends, your colleagues, your coworkers, your pet kitty cat, pet puppy dog, pet parakeet, pet bunny rabbit, pet guinea pig, pet squirrel, pet skunk if you got a skunk for pet. New Zealand. I'm just playing. But by sharing the link to the channel with others, it does help this wonderful channel grow. And it helps our wonderful community grow as well. And that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a safe, wonderful, and successful rest of your week. And I will see you all in the next episode of our first city here in City Skylines 2. And as we are only a couple episodes away from closing out the year with Colossal Order as the developer of City Skylines 2. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, have a safe, wonderful, and successful rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next episode. Happy gaming.